selects Curtis Douglas as its Tobago West candidate. THA Assemblyman Joel Sampson to contest the Tobago West seat under the TPP. Chief Secretary opened to talks with Sandals, but he has some conditions, and THA gets a low rating in a recent CivilNet survey. Good evening, I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards. Welcome to the Tobago Updates television news for Monday, 24th March 2025. To our top story this evening. President of the All Tobago Fisher Folk Association, Curtis Douglas, has been named the Progressive Democratic Patriots' prospective candidate for Tobago West in the upcoming 2025 general elections. With the party's slogan, quote, Tobago must win, end quote, political leader Watson Duke remains confident that Douglas is the right candidate to help shape Tobago's future. More from Joshel Dan.
Political leader of the PDP and candidate for Tobago East, Watson Solomon Duke, earlier today announced Curtis Douglas as the party's candidate for Tobago West. Duke noted that several individuals were interested in the position, but Curtis Douglas, who is the president of AFTA, was ultimately chosen based on his character.
But without hesitation, as the political leader of the Progressive Democratic Patriots, as a former trade union president, the best I would say at that, I am pleased, I am elated that I have found the best person with the right blend of characteristics to fight and defend Tobago and help us to win.
Douglas pledged his commitment to Tobagonians, promising a brighter future.
I am making an oath with the people of Tobago, which are my brothers and my sisters, from Canaan to Charlottesville, from Plymouth to Mount Grace, from every corner, from Blackrock to Crown Point to Charlottesville. Tobago must win under the leadership of Mr. Watson Solomon Duke.
Alluding to the split within the original PDP administration, elected in 2021, now the TPP, Douglas described it as a mutiny. He called on the members who may have drifted from the PDP to return to the party.
Because God do not like anything that's nasty and that dirty. And if a foundation is built under deception, it will be weak and it will crumble. So I'm saying to you all, when anchor hits salt water, it is rotten, and as a fisherman, the chain this boss come home.
He also urged the fishermen to turn out in large numbers on April 28th and vote for the PDP.
The fisher folk, I'm calling upon them now to do the right thing. So let's come out in our large numbers on the 28th of April and vote for the Progressive Democratic Patriots.
Joshel Dan, Tobago Updates, the television news.
Assemblyman Joel Sampson is the TPP's choice to represent Tobago West in the upcoming general elections. After initially screening candidates over 6 weeks ago, the party reconsidered nominees Trevor James and Barry Nelson, ultimately unveiling Sampson as at its special convention on Sunday. The TPP declared that it is now ready to win both the seats, West and East, in the general elections. Reporter Candice Jackson tells us more.
He currently serves as a THA representative for Bonaccord Crown Point and is the Secretary of Community Development, Youth Development and Sport. However, on April 28th, Joel Sampson hopes to be elected as the Member of Parliament for Tobago West. After 6 weeks of deliberation, the TPP ultimately chose him as their candidate.
I never intended to be a politician. I never wanted the spotlight. But I could not stand by while my community was neglected, while our needs were dismissed, while our voices were ignored.
If successful, Sampson is clear on his mission in Parliament.
I will not stand by while the rich man's wealth is protected and the poor man's spirit is crushed. I will not sit quietly while Tobago is treated like a distant relative begging for crumbs. No, Tobago deserves its fair share and the right to self-determination.
Together with TPP's candidate for Tobago East, David Thomas, they are focused.
Do not allow yourself to worry. Because I'm telling you plain,
Take it easy, I will do the work.
Besides addressing Tobago's long-standing issue of autonomy, Chief Secretary and TPP political leader Fali Augustine instructed that their goals extend beyond just autonomy.
We're sending you to Port of Spain because you see with tongue and country planning that they have down there, they don't want to send up. We want it back in Tobago within your first month in office as members of parliament for Tobago East and West. We're sending you to Port of Spain because Tobagonians with sense must be members of the EMA board.
Along with,
we are sending you to Port of Spain because the DRC ruling must be revised. Because when it was first given, Tobago was just around 4% of the national population. Now we are just over 5% of the national population. And so the days of 4.03% must come to an end, and it must start at 5.8%.
More details will be revealed as the TPP's election campaign progresses. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Well, the 6-week-long deliberation over the TPP's choice to represent Tobago West left some party members and members of the public feeling unsettled. However, after reconsidering candidates, the party decided to field Assemblyman Joel Sampson, also known as Nutsy. He was unveiled to an eager membership at the party's special convention on Sunday, where he was welcomed with great excitement. Now that the Tobago West candidate is confirmed, how do TPP members feel about this decision? Here's what a few of them had to say.
Very wise move. They couldn't do better than that. When they made him a secretary, before they made him a secretary, I said, make him a secretary and groom him for the Tobago West. He's going to make a very good candidate.
I think that was the first name that we were banting about when we first thought about the general election. Everyone was asking for Joel Nutsy Sampson, and we have him. So we are saying all the way to the polls.
I feel it's a good choice, a good pick. He will do well. He's been loved by the people, and I think that the people has made a good choice, and we will go with it.
I think that is a very good choice, and Nutsy have my support 100%.
Fabulous. It's the best news ever. Shamfa has something. She'll get licked that she know hit she.
We'll take a short break and come back with more. Stay with us. TNTech is pleased to advise that its Roxborough Service Center has reopened. Starting Monday, 10th March, customers can once more visit the Roxborough Administrative Building to pay TNTech bills, request new connections, and more. TNTech, powering the nation into the next generation.
The Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival. Feel the beat. Embrace the calm. On Easter Weekend 2025, Tobago is the place to be from April 17th to 20th. The Rhythm, the Soul of Tobago. On Thursday, April 17th, get ready for a worship experience at the Shore Park Complex with Melodies from Heaven. Melodies from Heaven. Then on Saturday, 19th April, immerse yourself in the sun, sea, and sand at the Buku Seafood and Jazz Festival, featuring legends of R&B. On Sunday, 20th April, we bring the curtains down at Parade Grounds, Dwight York Stadium for Fusion. Get your tickets on islandetickets.com now or visit TobagoFestivalsCommission.com for more info. Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival 2025. Feel the beat. Embrace the calm.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With AMPLIA TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with AMPLIA's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 gigabyte fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With AMPLIA, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. AMPLIA. Do more, live more.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Welcome back. Chief Secretary Farley Augustine says he is open to discussions about another attempt at Sandals investment. However, there is one condition. The investment must align with the THA standards and priorities. Speaking at the TPP's special convention on Sunday night, Augustine also responded to comments made by former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley. Here's more.
Upon leaving office, former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley instructed Chief Secretary Farley Augustine to meet with Sandals management when they returned to Tobago in a month. He also criticized Tobagonians for opposing the initial Sandals investment. However, Augustine argued that Dr. Rowley got it wrong, calling the accusation unfair.
Tobagonians rejected the Sandals project because it was undemocratic. It did not make proper economic sense. That MOU that was signed by the current MP for Tobago West, and it did not meet the environmental best practices.
Clarified that he is open to discussions with Sandals when the time comes, but any engagement must respect the authority of the THA and align with Tobago's development goals.
And for you to sit in Port of Spain and decide for us, this is what you want. I am saying to you, there is a Tobago House of Assembly. And in the 5th schedule is tourism. And if it is a matter relative to tourism, it starts and ends with the Tobago House of Assembly, not your 1% Prime Minister that you left behind.
Meanwhile, Augustine also responded to disparaging comments made by Dr. Rowley.
I will ignore disrespect. Call me what you want. Ignore me if you want. But you see the disrespect to the people of Tobago and the institution that is the Tobago House of Assembly that I will not accept.
Referencing comments that Tobagonians were behaving like 6,000 crabs in a barrel.
We toss the barrel aside. And I'm not sure if you are aware, but I was born on the 1st of July. And though I am not a believer in horoscopes, I am a Cancer. And that means I am the crab with the biggest gundi.
The Chief Secretary also pushed back against Dr. Rowley's claim that disagreements voiced by some Tobagonians sounded like, quote, rah-rah, end quote, to him.
Democracy requires that our leaders sit and listen to every rah-rah and determine sense from nonsense and determine where the majority stands and stand with the majority. That is the democratic responsibility of every leader.
Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
The 3rd annual survey of Tobago performance has revealed a mix of pride and concern among residents. Conducted from January 8th to February 15th, 2025 by Tobago CivilNet, the Tobago Council of Elders and the Tobago Youth Council, the survey gathered feedback from 410 participants across all 15 districts, marking the highest participation to date. While 34.9% of respondents rated their quality of life as good or excellent, 22.2% described it as poor or very poor. Job opportunities emerged as the top issue, with 71% expressing dissatisfaction. The Tobago House of Assembly also faced declining approval, with only 14.6% rating in its performance positively, down from 26% in the previous survey. Youth respondents voiced strong frustration over job prospects and a lack of engagement in governance, emphasizing the need for better opportunities and public participation in Tobago's development. Prime Minister Stuart Young has approved a $10 million grant for the Spiritual Baptist community to complete the Cathedral Administrative Complex and Heritage Park. The announcement comes just days ahead of the Shouter Baptist Liberation Day. Speaking at a special celebration last Saturday, Young noted that the grant fulfills a promise made by former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley. He highlighted that under the current government, land was allocated for the project and that the grant was approved by Cabinet earlier this year. Additionally, Young addressed the use of the term Shouter Baptist, acknowledging its colonial origins. He stated that it is ultimately up to the religious body to determine whether they are comfortable continuing its use.
So I said, let us ask our brothers and sisters in the spiritual Baptist faith whether it is something, as you meet amongst yourselves, because it is your decision. It is your decision to take, whether it is not something that we in 2025 should break that shackle of colonialism off of you. And you all should be known formally and legally as the spiritual.
You're watching the Tobago Updates television news. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Springs. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes for breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti served with chokers, bull joil and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Thanks for staying with us. The Roxborough Police Youth Club hosted its Bakeaway program last Saturday, engaging young participants in the art of preparing both traditional and non-traditional meals. The one-day event, which was last held in 2022, provided an interactive and hands-on experience for young people. The aroma of the dishes they prepared, coupled with their excitement, lingered in the air as participants eagerly awaited to taste their own creations. Reporter Joshua Dan has the details.
Food is something that brings the community together in unimaginable ways. This was certainly the case as members of the Roxborough Police Youth Club eagerly devoured the dishes they prepared during their Bakeaway event last Saturday. Public Relations Officer of the club, Crystal Bascom, shared that the event was organized as a way to engage young people within the community in positive activities. Senior and junior members, along with parents, were a part of the experience.
This form of activity is to encourage them to stay away from the social ills, the negativity that is in the community these days and the island. So as a youth organization who facilitates activities for young boys and girls, we thought it fit that they should be engaged in other activities apart from what we usually have at the youth organization.
Tutor and instructor Daryl Wilson Bahari shared some of what the students made.
We did, we did fry bake and saltfish. We also did some pulori and some saltfish akra. So I showed them the traditional way how to fry the pulori. We did the pulori from scratch. We didn't use a pulori mix or anything like that.
Returning participant Carrick Charles said his favorite item to prepare was the pulori.
So I did this initiative today. My favorite dish was the pulori, and why is because as instructor here would have shown us the traditional way, we use a hand, and you could use a spoon, which is a more modern way, and the hand technique was more. I like that technique more.
For young Kula Brazil, fry bake was her favorite.
I like the fry bake because it's very fun to make.
Better belly bust than food waste is a saying that I was taught growing up. So when this reporter was offered a sample of the treats made, there was no way I could resist. Though we couldn't stay for the entire afternoon, the students at the club's Roxborough base went on to make sweetbread, homemade bread and pone. And from all the reviews, I have no doubt it was delicious. Joshua Dan, Tobago Updates Television News.
The Department of Natural Resources and Forestry in the Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development observed the International Day of Forests on March 21st. They highlighted the vital role forests play in combating climate change and raising awareness about their degradation. To mark the occasion, staff led the Harcon-Harrington consulting team to a tour of the Main Ridge Forest Reserve, the world's oldest legally protected forest reserve in the Western Hemisphere. The department also took steps to improve safety for hikers by installing wooden posts and ropes along rainforest trails. Our weather report is up next. Stay with us.
With Flow Business's new smart solutions, powered by super fast, reliable broadband, you'll feel like there are more versions of you working for you. From website design, development, and digital marketing to promote your business, 24/7 business class support to cloud solutions, security, and more. Multiply your growth today.
The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place, with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
Now for a look at the weather update from the TNT Met Office. Tonight is expected to be generally fair, despite a few spotty showers, mainly toward dawn. Tonight's temperature drops to 24 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, a few light showery spells favoring the morning period will interrupt generally fair, slightly hazy, and at times breezy conditions. Daytime temperatures are set to reach 31 degrees Celsius, with a heat index of 34 degrees Celsius. Seas are moderate, with waves 2 to 2.5 meters in open waters and 1 to 1.5 meters in sheltered areas. The sunrise is expected at 6:03 and the sunset at 6:13. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Here's a recap of our headlines. PDP selects Curtis Douglas as its Tobago West candidate. THA Assemblyman Joel Sampson to contest the Tobago West seat under the TPP. Chief Secretary open to talks with Sandals, but he has some conditions. And THA gets low rating in recent CivilNet survey. I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards, thanking you so much for joining us and wishing you a great night.